everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today is the 12th day of my 12 days of Christmas. I can't believe it's already over. I've gotten lots of new subscribers and I know you've heard my voice, and I wanted you to hear and see me say how thankful I am for your love and support. I've had hundreds of comments over the course of the 2 weeks and it just really kept me motivated. And those of you that are creators understand what a job this can be, just figuring out what you're going to do, what is needed, what needs edited, what needs uploaded, and all that sort of stuff. So this may be something I will seriously consider doing every July because it went over so well. I really appreciate all the support. So today I am going to create something super cute with these not so cute Dollar Tree magnets. All right, let's get started and let me share with you how to create a Christmas gnome magnet. I was at my Dollar Tree and I picked up one of these Champagne Dream bottle magnets, and once I got home I realized this was the project I wanted to do. I went back a few days later and of course my store was out of them, and the only alternative they had was the beer bottle ones. I think you'll get the same exact look. The only difference is this face might be just a little slimmer than the bottle, but I would prefer the bottle if you can find them. And just so you know, mine were located on a clip strip in front of the picture frames. Hopefully you can find the bottles in your store. Now you're going to need some scrap fabric for the gnome hat, and when I mean scrap I mean little piece like this. I just happened to have a notepad that was 5.5 by 4, and I tore off a sheet and just folded it in half and cut it at an angle, created a triangle, and so my triangle is 6 by 4. Just so you know what size fabric I'm working with, and just traced my fabric. So that's all the fabric you're going to need. You're also going to need something for the nose. I have a package of the plaid doll heads. If you planned on making several of these, this may be the best way to go about doing it because they're already the perfect color and you don't have to paint them or anything. But look through your jewelry box, your earrings, something that you can paint flesh color to create your nose. You're going to need some glue to glue everything in place. You're going to need some kind of embellishments. I just grabbed a few little things, not exactly sure what I'm going to use yet, but you are going to need some little greenery and a berry or two to embellish the little hat. Now as far as the beard, there's a variety of things you can use. Any kind of white string you have, and if you're not a crochet person, if you don't have a yarn stash, just ask somebody that you may think can give you just a couple yards of yarn. It's a shame to have to buy a whole skein just for a couple yards. Now that I already have my triangles cut for my hat, now it's time to start cutting some little pieces for my beard. Now the easiest way to do that is to take your yarn, wrap it around 3 fingers about 15 times, cut it at the top and the bottom, and that will give you a bunch of little pieces between 1 inch and 2 inches long. Before I start gluing my beard hair on, I just took a marker and about halfway up the bottle, just give myself a little guide of how far I want my beard to go up. That little indentation right there is where the nose is going to be approximately. I'm just going to put a bead of hot glue and line up my little pieces of yarn, and I'm going to overlap them about 4 rows of the beard. Okay, I've got my first little row of yarn glued, and make sure you round the corners so that your beard will be nice and full. That's my second row glued on, moving up to my 4th row. And I think 4 rows is going to do the trick. Now I'm going to take my nose and hot glue it in place about right there, and then I'm going to fill in the sides of my nose with my beard yarn. As you can see, you really can't see the little wine bottle at all. I've just hot glued my little yarn strips, and I kind of shake his head and maybe a little loose string will fall out, but if you'll just glue the beard hair in layers, you'll get a nice full beard like this. Work on my hat, and I'm just going to put just a spot of hot glue right above the nose just to secure my fabric long enough for me to get it flipped over in place where I want it. I want it just kind of on the bridge of the nose a little bit, but that will just secure it. And now I'm going to flip it over. At the bottom I just kind of overlapped it a little bit. When I got past the bottle, I just kind of pinched the seams together. Now I'm going to flip it over here, and you may have to kind of pull and tug just to get your hat situated, kind of unwrinkled. I'm actually going to bend my hat down a little bit because I want the hat to kind of droop forward like that, and I'm going to hot glue it in place. And the last step is just to kind of embellish your hat a little bit. So I'm going to finish this out. I'm going to go ahead and finish my other one with the green fabric, and then I'll show you my finished little gnome magnets. Before I show you my finished gnomes, I want to give you full disclosure here because I want you to learn from my mistakes. I actually had too much of the back of the hat fabric on my magnet, and my magnet would not stay. I just cut down my pattern considerably. So when I get ready to glue my hat onto my next one, I'm going to try my best to expose as much of the magnet as I can, and when I get up here, I'll pinch it together and glue it. Okay friends, project 12 is in the books. These are my Christmas gnome magnets. I think they turned out adorable, but there's just a couple things I need you to be mindful of, is that the weight of your embellishments will greatly affect whether or not these hold on a refrigerator or wherever you put them. Like, just make sure you expose as much of the magnet on the back as possible when you're attaching your hat. I had to take a little shiny ball off and replace it with a pom-pom ball because it was just lighter. But these are just so cute to give a neighbor or coworker or something like that. One of a kind, something they can't buy anywhere. So again, thank you so much for all the love on these 12 projects. And I'm going to take a few days off to rest, and I'll be back at the end of July with my thrift haul. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.